Hey, welcome back to another weekly discussion of the S&P weekly chart. Wasn't a whole lot of clues last week. I think that there was a lot of indecision. We kind of stayed in between both the previous week's high and the previous week's low. We're still above the gap. We're still above the gap from the 90-day truce with China. I think that's important. I also think that it's interesting that over the weekend, things started to flare up with China again. I mean, there's talk of like war and stuff. It's kind of crazy, but things started to flare up. And today the markets really didn't get hammered. So I don't know how we're threatening war and at the same time we're going to make a tariff deal. I'm not sure how all that's going to work, but I can tell you this. The charts say that we're still above support. So and I'm going to also take you into the monthly chart here in a minute and show you how the last month's bar closed above a trend line for the QQQ, which is the tech, which is the growth stocks, which typically lead when you're going to go on a run. So I find it interesting. I wouldn't read the headlines and get negative, super negative right now because the charts are saying something different. For now, they're staying above areas they need to stay above in order to maybe take out all new highs. But who knows? I think it's going to be super interesting going forward. I think, if the bonds continue to sell and money's going to move out of the bonds, where does it go? Leave that in the comments. I would love people to start engaging. Leave in the comments where you think the money goes. Could it go to Microsoft and Google and Apple and the big tech companies that have a ton of cash on hand that could bail out the government if they really needed to? Seems pretty safe to me. At that point, it's preservation of capital. It's not about how many iPads are being sold. So could we break to new highs while things go bad as far as the debt markets? Possibly. Could also the tax cuts and the AI revolution catapult these charts to new highs because the growth is about to be so strong because of these tax cuts and the AI revolution? Maybe. Who knows? Or we could get a big red bar soon and totally get below all these support areas and start to head back down. I don't know. Right now, if we talk about the weekly bar that just transpired last week, it was an indecision bar. We got to see which way we break.